Welcome to Operations and Supply Chain University. I'm Jerry Wright. This is lesson number 3, A3 Thinking, A3 Mandate, or Charter. So what is an A3? A3 is essentially the European designation for an 11 by 17 piece of paper. So one of those big sheets of paper that you can see in a copy machine as an example. Now, using the A3 format, all elements of a problem or project can be defined, measured, analyzed, improved, and controlled. Think of DMAIC, remember that from our Lean Six Sigma on the Six Sigma side, define, measure, analyze, improve, and control, DMAIC, and all that's on one piece of paper. That single page format provides easy sharing of information, and it can be used to plan, solve problems, create Kaizen mandates, or Lean Six Sigma project charters. And A3 was initially handwritten. That's how it started. Handwritten forms. That's why they had the big piece of paper. However, the current use of computers continually pushes us towards an electronic version for creation, editing speed, plus sharing and display. Now, from managing to learn, this is an example of a handwritten TWI Kaizen plan. We'll talk more about managing to learn from John Shook in his book at the recommended reading and resources section of this course. Now, here's an A3 form and template. This is in your Lean Six Sigma Yellow Belt Toolkit. So it's the first form after the Waste Finder. Here's an easy form to get started on and type into electronically, and you can share it however you'd like. We'll review the A3 form in more detail in the next lesson. Here's the A3 mandate or charter. So back up here, this is more for problem solving and learning. This one is more for creating a charter for your project. So this is the one that you would use for your Lean Six Sigma Yellow Belt project. If you notice on the top left, event or project title, you write that in there. And then we follow that DMAIC process. And again, we'll review this in more detail next, but this is giving us the define, measure, analyze, improve, and control steps as we do our Lean Six Sigma projects. So pretty cool process, really helps to clarify and get everybody on the same page. Now, one thing I want you to notice, on the upper right hand section, you see process owner or owners, you see process experts, you see process outsiders, and event or project facilitators. Plus there's a date or dates in a team room. Now, I think the thing that's significant about this is we need to have all of those elements when we jump into our project. One, we need to make sure we're working with the process owner or owners. Two, we need process experts. People who actually do the work have to be involved. And then it's good to have involved process outsiders. Process outsiders are often people from another area, maybe an upstream or downstream person, or maybe someone from another department, that they might be able to look at the process more objectively because they're not working in it, and they can ask some of the good questions. And then finally, you have an event or project facilitator. Usually that should not be the process owner. It should be someone who's impartial and only wants to focus on getting the project done in an objective way. So again, those are key elements we have, and we'll discuss that more when we get through the next couple lessons. Let's look at some examples of completed A3 mandates or charters. Here's one that was done a number of years ago for new hire provisioning. It's in a slightly different format, but essentially the same. You can see the owners up there, the experts, the outsiders, and the facilitators. And again, the goal is to follow that basic, 6-step process to get everything done. Here's another one. This was on accounting, a period end close process. Same type of thing. We follow, what's the background, what are our current conditions, what are we trying to do, and then how are we going to get there. So again, some quick examples or charters. Now you have an A3 assignment, and this will help you become familiar with the process. So locate that Lean Six Sigma Yellow Belt Toolkit from operationsuniversity.org. If you've not done so already, download the Excel workbook. There's a small fee required. And then you'll have access to the various Lean Six Sigma Yellow Belt templates, including the A3 form that we just looked at and the A3 mandate. Now begin to complete the A3 mandate version. Only work on sections 1, 2, and the upper right section for process owner, process experts, process outsider, and facilitators. Let's go back up and look at that one more time. So I'm going to go back to that form. So we're on this one, the A3 mandate or charter. Look at what's the title. Then we're looking at really define section 1, section 2, and then who are the people? So define, why are we talking about it? Current conditions, where are we today and what is the problem? Let's discuss that. We'll get to the measures later after we've gone through a few more lessons, but when you get started, you don't fill out anything except 1, 2, and 3, and you can always change them. And then you get that upper right corner completed. We don't work on analyzing or improving or controlling until we've actually started the process, okay? So you can work on section 3 after you've completed the next few lessons. You'll have more information to figure out what measures you want to work on. Now, keep in mind, once you've done this work, save it so you can include it in your finished A3 in your project report out. Now, as I mentioned before, John Shook wrote this book, 2009 timeframe, 2010, and it was called Managing to Learn. It's using the A3 process to solve problems, gain agreement, mentor, and lead. Now, John worked at Toyota for about 10 years or so and has since been president of the Lean Enterprise Institute. And this book really helped everybody start thinking in a more simplistic, easy to communicate fashion. Strongly recommend, if you're interested in A3s and learning more about them, you get this book. It's available on Amazon.com, and I believe it's still available at the leanenterpriseinstitute.org. That's it for A3. Thank you.